Being the commander-in-chief is the most important responsibility the president has. It made me bluntly sick to my stomach to hear her on that stage last night and during her convention speech to talk about how much she cares about our military. It made me sick to my stomach because I had just spent some time with those Gold Star families at Arlington Cemetery. I have friends who were deployed with that group of Marines who were standing there mourning the loss of their brothers. It made me sick because, as you said, she never made time for these families at that moment when they were welcoming the remains of their loved ones at home. 3 years later, she has still not made time to call any one of them, what to speak of actually apologizing for her direct role in being responsible for the deaths of their loved ones. As you said, every one of us who enlists in the military willingly recognize that we are volunteering to put our lives on the line in service to our country.
Yes.
And whether that means paying the ultimate price or being injured in the line of duty or in combat, we do this because we love our country and we're willing to lay everything down to ensure the safety and security and freedom and liberty of the American people. For her to be so completely indifferent, she didn't even address this. Not when President Trump brought it up and not when the moderators brought it up. She did not express any kind of sadness for those 13 families who never got to say their final goodbyes. And then you take that along with Joe Biden on his debate night with Donald Trump, completely forgetting the fact
that nobody had died on his watch.
Exactly, which is my gosh, it is to say it's rubbing salt in the open wounds that these families are still experiencing such endless pain from. Doesn't even begin to capture how insulting it is. This is one of many examples to me of how Kamala Harris is not fit to serve as commander-in-chief or as our president. This is something that I warned the American people about because I recognized it back in 2019 when she was running for president. And this came then, as it comes now, from a very deep and visceral place, because I still serve in the Army.
Right.
And I have friends of mine who share their concerns because they recognize how weak she is just as a person and how if she's allowed to serve in that most powerful position in our country, that she would feel the need to try to exert strength, project strength.
Right.
I am a strong commander-in-chief. And what's the first way that she would do that? It would be to use our military to maybe go and start a war in a place where we have no business waging war and it's not in the interests of the American people.
And then pay for it.
Yes. And then pay for it, both in human lives and in taxpayer dollars. Exactly. We volunteer to put our lives on the line for our country, not for some politician who's trying to look tough.